Yeah, I just need to make sure it's running fine. Let me know.
It's a bit laggy.
It's a bit laggy.
Oh, now it's okay.
That's okay. Okay.
Right, raise your hand like they quit. Still lagging a bit.
It'll be fine, I'm sure. Oh yeah, there's a slight delay on it, just so.
Okay, alright.
Where are we? I need to do an image. Image file. Right. Sorry guys, I'm just setting up my stream if anyone's here. And for now, is it still working? I'm just making sure everything's fine. Turn up the volume on your phone and see if you can hear me. Just trying to make sure that the audio and everything is okay.
Yes, you're loud and clear.
Awesome. So we are a little bit late on setting up and whatnot. I haven't streamed in a very long time, so I'm just figuring out the kinks and whatnot, guys. But hi, welcome to another live stream from me, Sean the Bufflins, and today we are doing a Beat the Streamer, Earn Yourself a Pack stream. So I just need to change the title. So, just doing that. I didn't realise that was still set to an old description and such. So all that's changed. And hopefully that has changed now. Oops. Right. So I've got the stream set up, and I'm just going to play some quick games, just to make sure everything's fine. Let's go for an expanded game dead quickly. And not a great opening hand by any means. What you're about to see, or not about to see, as is likely from the very unfortunate opening hand that I've got, is my expanded take on Eternatus. I do fortunately have 2 mulligans, so We'll take them. And that's all well and good. So we will discard this and this. Get ourselves another Eternatus. Power one up. Power the other up. With Dark Patch. And we will Crobat for 4. And that is our opening turn. That's all we need. With the next turn, I am just going to straight up use Professor's Research. Unless I top deck a Quick Ball, because I'll be Quick Balling away the Zoroark for a Zorua, Rescue Stretcher and it back in, and then using Professor's Research because it'll be the easiest way to find Dark Patch attachment. We do see a Thunder Mountain for my opponent, and luckily we are playing luckily we are playing Stadiums. My opponent has to use a Field Blower already. Electro Power and a Colress. So it's not going amazing for my opponent, clearly. And you just see a Static Shock. So the top deck of the Quick Ball isn't great. The Versus Seeker, but not really a lot we can do about that. We are just going to have to discard them and hopefully find some things down the line. So we'll get rid of these, if it'll let me click them. And Colress. And we'll Battle Compressor again. For just a single Dark Energy. And I will put this here and use this. So, not great. Not a great start by any means. The fact that my opponent's playing this is quite annoying, but he's got nothing in the discard to use with it, so I'm not too fussed about that just yet. We do see an end from my opponent, which is good for us because we didn't want to have to lose another Versus Seeker in our attempt to find anything here. Because finding things is not going well, apparently. So, we do have Acerola. We're not going to be using it now. We may as well whittle our hand down. Get rid of this, get nothing, get rid of this, get ourselves a Crobat. And we do finally find a VMAX, but at what cost? So I think here we do need to Quick Ball. Yeah, we'll Quick Ball away these two. And we'll get the VMAX down just because Thunder Mountain... Oh, it does allow any Pokemon to attack, so we're going to keep it for now. We'll put it in play next turn. If it... no, we'll put it in play now. It's fine. So we've got Acerola anyway, if he can't take a knockout, because Electro Power doesn't help this. And we'll just pass. So, does he have discard a Pikarom and Guzma? It's just a Colress. So my opponent's struggling to get going as much as I am here. Okay, Omar has joined the chat. Okay, Omar, so the stream is that if you manage to beat me, I will be sending you a Shining Fates pack, and in between each game I'll also be opening a Shining Fates pack for myself as well. So we'll have the pleasure of opening that, doing that at the same time. We see a computer search from my opponent. In case you're wondering, by the way, Omar, as you've only just joined, this is an expanded version of Eternatus, or Zoronatus, as I refer to it as, because it is meant to be Zoroarks, but obviously not seeing many at the moment. We see a Paralysis from my opponent. So my opponent has literally fell into the trap that I was hoping he would. And we'll put this into play, as we have free retreat anyway. We have another one of these. Another one of these. And potentially next turn we could find finally our Guzma to deal with this. I think we're just going to pass here because we have the two Darkrai's in the bin. We've got plenty of damage on board to deal with this guy. He still needs to be able to discard a Pikarom, which we may finally see here, which we do, for a Raichu and Alolan Raichu. And we are likely to see a Tandem Shock here, because Electro Power doesn't help this gain damage. So unless he plays Muscle Band, which we see he does not, and that's two of his attackers gone. So I'd assume he's playing another Marshadow, which we may see come into play from this Nest Ball. We see a Boltund instead. So it's not the best Pikarom build by any means. It's just the way it is sometimes. So we find Dark Patch, which is brilliant because it allows us to keep an attachment. And we are obviously just going to Acerola. Acerola the active. Put this into play. Put that back down. Attach energy, and I'm not going to bother benching out just yet because there's no need, although it might be worth finding a Paralocity to get rid of this, so yeah, why not. And we also need to find some Zoroarks as well, which we only have one in the deck apparently, which means we prize two. There it is, and there's the Paralocity as well. That's everything I wish for. And we will just simply take this knockout. So we're on a 5-turn clock to us only having 5 cards left in deck. But now we're on a bit of a bigger clock due to the fact that we finally got our N off the prizes. So I don't see my opponent winning this, really. I don't know how we could. He'd have to find another Marshadow or certainly a Rescue Stretcher. I don't foresee these decks ever playing more than one Marshadow, if I'm honest. And that's a swift win. Yeah, it wasn't the most competitive. It wasn't the most competitive. No, the games that we're going to be playing, Omar, to have our battle is standard. So that's that, and I will add you now. Friends, requests. There we go. That's done. So send me a standard challenge, Omar. How can you have expanded decks and not standard? Okay. Rightio. I'll tell you what then. Yeah, I'll have you a game of expanded. That's fine. Yeah, I'll have you a game of expanded. That's fine. Send me a challenge. I'm sure I've got plenty of. Yeah, I know what I'm going to play. Yeah, go ahead, send me a expanded challenge then. So we're just waiting on a challenge from Omar. And we are playing expanded. So I will just get this thing on. And I will be playing. Where is it? Won't be a sec. So are we about to see a good Pikarom deck in expanded? The deck that I just faced then was not good. We do lose the coin flip, so we'll probably be going first, which is fine. This hand, however, is not fine. And maybe we're against ADP, but who knows. So we are against Pikarom. So we do need to find some things. These are not the things I was looking for. It seems we're about to get outright donked here. If I put this into play, it means we don't get donks. With any luck. So we're probably about to see my opponent go all out here. Make sure as well, Omar, if you're still watching the stream, that you do have some energy tagged for trade, so I can trade you a pack for an energy. He must be playing some sort of Mewtwo build because he's already discarded the Pikarom for whatever reason. We'll see if my opponent plays Energy Switch. If he plays Energy Switch, then I guess I've just lost. But not many of the expanded lists do play Energy Switch. Okay, so there's the first pack to the first viewer. So that was very lucky. The way that I didn't have anything from my opening hand, considering the deck plays 4 Ultra Ball and 4 Quick Ball, but we will send that trade to him now. So create trade, private. Yeah, so as I was saying, just make sure you've got some energies tagged. No. Yeah, that's fine. Take one of these. As the stream started with a Dark Pokemon. And 1 Shining Fates for you. Yeah, a lucky win for you, I've got to say, but it is one pack per person, so I will have to write your name down. That being said, I am going to be having a couple more streams this week, Omar, so if you want to join me again, then you are welcome to possibly earn yourself another pack. Let me know what you get from it, because obviously that's always good to know. It's always nice to know that my viewers are getting good things for themselves out of the packs that I'm giving out on the stream. So I'll be opening a pack myself between each game. Do you know, I pulled back-to-back 3 Black Gold Eternatus Vs. None of the VMAX, unfortunately, but another shiny. It's always nice to have the Minccino line. And another Rusted Sword. So that's good. They might be worth a bit or so if people can't get hold of enough Champions pack codes. So if you have enough stuff to make a standard deck, Omar, then I will give the opportunity to win another pack, but just not in expanded. It was a very unfortunate first game from me. But in the meantime, I suppose I will play another game on the expanded ladder. And of course as well, Omar, if you know any friends that are looking for any Shining Fates packs online that you would like to invite to the stream so they can have an opportunity for themselves to earn themselves a Shining Fates pack, that is obviously a good thing for the both of us. Me and your friend, that is. So we're against another Pikarom and expanded, perhaps. This is quite the hand, it's got to be said. And we also get a mulligan, which makes it even better. Because it means that we potentially might not have to discard the research. Mulligan of Zorua. Zorua is good to keep down. Togekiss. So this is a fun deck, for sure. I think I'm going to quick ball away this VMAX for this, and we will discard this and this to get ourselves another Return-sis. It's also good things to shuffle back in the discard so far. We know our opponent plays Energy Denial. This Togekiss deck does play Energy Denial, so I can put this onto the bench now. And then Rescue Structure the others back in. And that's all I really need out of this hand. Oh, my opponent... Oh, my opponent went first, for whatever reason. That's unusual. Okay. So the question is now, do I want to research? And I think I will. But I've used my Rescue Structure too hastily. No, we'll just Ultra Ball for another Zorua, I think. Yeah, and we'll just Power Accelerate it. That's all we need to do, really. Tiny bit of chip damage. So we do finally see a greens from my opponent. And I might be right in thinking that Togekiss only has a 310 HP, so it's currently on 280, so this deck plays Hypnotoxic Lasers, and he doesn't find anything anyway, so we are just going to... we'll trade first, actually, because if we can find ourselves the VMAX, that would be very good. We do not. It was probably a little bit greedy to go for that in that instance. Ranger is not going to be necessary in this matchup. And I think I want to just keep the rest. So how irritating. I think let's see. I think we just hit again. Silent Lab being the pain that it always is. We'll see if we'll finally find some attachments from my opponent here. And some Energy Denial, allowing me to put my Dark Patches to work. Negros, that is an unfortunate username that you have there. Watch for Necrozma. In Togekiss? Watch. It's a silly username that you have. Fell for that one. Oh no, it's just Togekiss. They always Togekiss decks always play it. always play Silent Lab because it's a disruptive based deck. Now they've played Parallel City, so that's just as bad. But it does allow me to at least start to attack. Potentially. I would need to find my own field blower here. Does my opponent play Max Potion on the active? He did. So my opponent's not finding anything to get any energy. That's only a good thing for me, I suppose. So if I can find field blower, which we don't. We will trade research. We're not going to need. We're not going to need many draw supporters in this game. We'll just dig in again. My opponent at some point will have to start using resources, like energies, and we do obviously just want to outright delete an energy. You see a Marnie from my opponent, so that gets us a little bit closer to our field blower. So I'm not entirely fussed about that Marnie right there, and we do indeed find our computer search, which is very good. So computer search will. I should have used trade first. Don't be bad at the game like me. Let's get rid of these. Find our field blower. And then we are just going to Professor's Research. And we do also find our own copy of Parallel City, which is what we wanted to find so they can't put another Parallel City into play. So, because we're going to be going ahead on prizes, I don't think this N is going to be entirely necessary. And we can also trade again. So, we're not finding a whole lot here, but we at least get to double power up, which is good. Attach this here. We'll play one of these. Probably won't need to play another one, and we'll just Crobat. We do have 3 Eternatus VMAXs in the deck, and we finally find one. So now it's time to bring this thing back. And we do just see a victory, so that's good. So, which of... No, they weren't. Mr. Groves, they weren't. So, if you guys have added me... and then send me a challenge. So the slow animations. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, so if you add me, and then send me a standard challenge, because I am only playing standard, I'm just playing expanded between the matches. We can then have ourselves a game, and obviously if you beat me, you can earn yourself a pack of Shining Fates. Talking of, between each game that I play, I am going to open a pack of Shining Fates as well. get anything good? No, I can't. Cheers, Luxray. So, you want the deck list for that Zoranatus, Mr. Groves? I shall find that for you right now. Oh. Let me just turn that thing off there quickly. Deck list. Where is it? That's my deck list for the expanded Zoroark Eternatus list. And it's playing Parallel City so that your opponent can't Parallel City you. That's the whole idea behind it. And it also helps counter, obviously, Silent Lab and such like that. So it's good to play 2 Stadiums in this deck. You can also play Chaotic Swells, but Parallel City against your opponent a lot of the times where they then don't get to Dedenne themselves and things like that is extremely strong. And it also helps get rid of potential bench sitters that are obviously helping them out or indeed doing you in. So that's the whole idea behind it. So I'll just type in the chat one more time. The Darkrai package. Yeah, the Darkrai package is basically there for the fact that it's 2 constant Pokemon recurrers, so it's beneficial for your bench overall. That's why you'll see in my list that the deck plays a lot less basics than, say, your standard Eternatus, because obviously you've got 2 recurring basics all the time, as well as your Zoroarks, your actual Eternatuses, your Zoroarks, your actual Eternatuses, your Crobats, and your Darkrai's. So the only thing that I'd find... Oh, thank you. Glad you appreciate it. The only thing that I would change in this list, because I'm playing 2 copies of the Battle Compressors, which indeed helps get rid of the Darkrai and Energy, but I would play a copy of the Propagation Execute, because obviously that card is just generally very good for any deck that plays Zoroark, and any deck that plays Ultra Balls, and any deck that plays Quick Balls, and any deck that plays Computer Search, which you'll see my Zoroark Eternatus list does play all of the above. I tend to find that this deck actually beats the Rowlet and Alolan Exeggutor matchup a lot of the times. Obviously, dependent on whether you brick or not. If they find early Silent Lab, you don't find Parallel City, don't find Field Blower, don't find Computer Search, and the such like. Yeah, that's exactly my plan of action to do that before I start playing like expanded tournaments. I do need to really get together this list. So, has anyone added me yet to play a game? I will just quickly delete some people. Whoops, remove. Remove. Just in case my friends list is full, which I don't know why it would be. It shouldn't be. But there again, I don't know how many friends you can actually have on your friends list. So that's a couple of people deleted. Sounds perfect good. Okay, fair enough. Is Joaquin Herrera still around? I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. I'll see if see if I can reply to his thing. I cannot for some reason. So with any luck, I will find more people to play against. In the meantime, I think we are just going to open another Shining Fates. I don't particularly want to get in a match straight away, but I'll make it. Yeah, why not? I'll play a deck that's fast because this is a bit of a the Zoroark Eternatus and Expanders is a bit of a slow and steady sort of. You can just attack out of nowhere, but just take a minute to set up because your basics are big enough. So why not? Oh, nice. I need more of these because I've got 3 of the black gold Eternatus V's, but not the V Maxes. I used to play Pikarom, Rotom, Free Attacks, and Water Deluge. Yeah, I love Water Deluge. Mad Party is what I'm about to play right now, actually. So, go on the verses. I did lose my first game of the stream using Mad Party and Expanded. However, due to an extremely poor opening hand. So, we'll see how we do now. And we'll choose Tails. We always choose Tails. And this is a little bit of a better opening hand. I say a little bit, it's like a lot better. The fact that I have to attach the DCE rather than the twin, it's a mirror match. You have a good deck. So I'm really hoping that my Crobat isn't prized. I'm not even going to push for battle compressors or anything because there is literally no need to in this matchup. See what we have. We have Crobat, so that's good. Because the opening hand wasn't great, obviously. And Crobat is good because it's sort of... I mean, I suppose we should get a supporter in the bin and get these out of the deck as well. Don't really need much more than that. I think I'll be popping the Cynthia in the bin. Or, yeah, Cynthia. And then just Mad Party for knockout. So at this point it'll just be a case of we'll be hunting down each other's 2 prizes. Teammates, that's what I'm missing from my build. I knew I was missing something when I made this build the other day. Yeah, I play Marshadow. Because Pikrom's like, it's just everywhere and expanded. It's so, there's no avoiding it. Just find himself an energy, finds himself a twin as well, so that's lucky. He plays an Oricorio. Nice.